Hello and welcome to the official FiveWhoFans Doctor Who Series 8 teaser trailer analysis. I'm Billy T.
I'm Richie B.
And I'm Ginger John. Now let's get started.
So, the logo zooms out rather than zooms in, which is a subtle reference to the fact that instead of us approaching Doctor Who is approaching us, if that makes sense. The series is really creeping up on us now that we're only expecting half a series every year. So, yeah, it's a big surprise.
Interestingly, you can spot a number of subtle differences in the new logo. The text is a lot chunkier, and more rounded and well defined. Also, there's a slight modification to the spacing between the characters as well, as you can see from this detailed analysis.
Look, they're completely different!
So, this trailer does something really unexpected. It starts off in blackness, and then the logo starts off really massive and shrinks down to a kind of moderate size, and it says the words Doctor Who, so you know what it is you're watching isn't like Star Trek or Bargain Hunt, and then it fades to black, which is really great.
The one thing that's perplexing is the juxtaposition of the orangey colours of the TARDIS, which is exploding, against the metallic blues of the logo. This shot was trimmed down from a few seconds long, because if you look at the silhouette of Peter Capullo for too long, it actually looks a lot like a woman in a skirt with a pair of crutches.
Then there are these really scary noises that just kind of cut on and off without any fades, and it's like these pictures of Slender Man in the TARDIS, which is cool.
This is probably the part where the least amount of things happen in the trailer, so I don't have much to say about it.
So then it cuts to black, and I'm sitting there thinking, whoa! Slender Man has nothing to do with Doctor Who, and it's got me thinking, which is great, because Doctor Who is really hard sci-fi, and thinking is good.
Now, this is an interesting aspect of the trailer that I don't think a lot of people have picked up on. The extended period of darkness could actually be a reference to the fact that the Daleks are returning, with that old line, "My vision is impaired, I cannot see, I cannot see, I cannot see." There's been a lot of rumours about Daleks coming back, and they've been surrounding the production for quite some time, and this part of the trailer encourages, nay, it confirms this to be the case. So, no Daleks? Count me in.
The volume effect is actually an exponential riser, which has been demonstrated here.
A lot of people are saying that this is Peter Capaldi in silhouette as the new Doctor. However, because it's just a silhouette, we can't know this for sure, and I've come to the conclusion that it's probably someone else. And this someone else is undoubtedly John Simmers the Master.
The pyrotechnics used in the trailer vary from a pyropod behind the time rotor, which is possibly combined with an airburst to create a voluminous effect, followed by a spark burst from the console itself.
Dynamite.
It's likely that the set was filled with a thin level of theatrical fog, which is likely a liquidous carbon dioxide composite, in order to give a sort of depth and size and an enhanced volume to the explosions. The set was then lit with high wattage stage lamps. As we all know, filming in slow motion as this was requires a much intenser light in order to catch all the details that are missed on such a fast shutter speed. However, interestingly, even with the intense lighting, we are completely unable to pick out any details in this man's face, which lends further credence to the idea that this could in fact be Slender Man.
Alright, so... yeah, we get the levels, turn the levels up. He doesn't have a face!
It was when I was watching these, I realised it was actually probably Peter Capaldi, not Slender Man, which make John sad.
The texture on the DW logo here at the very end is actually a lot similar to the Doctor Who logo at the very start. We actually fed the both logos into a spectrographic analyzer, and it did actually reveal that the colours and the textures on both the logos were identical.
If you that thing, it means that that's the same as that. Probably. It's just broken.
And then that DW thing appears, which someone once told me stands for Don't Worry. Which is true, by the way. 100% fact. Google it.
The logo that was designed in 2010 appearing is a strong indication that Peter Capello is not in fact the new Doctor, and that he will degenerate into Matt Smith or hopefully David Tennant in Series 8, because it's stupid to change a Doctor and not completely change the brand. Come on.
Then a new version of the theme tune plays, which I've never heard before, and then text says the new Doctor lands soon, which is true actually, because the new surgery opens in my village soon.
Using the music from the most recent theme tune confirms we've got a new theme tune for Series 8. If you recall back to 2005 when the trailers for Series 1 came out, it used a different theme tune. Applying that logic here, I'm looking forward to Murray Gold's latest variation on the Doctor Who theme tune.
Also of note is the blatant overuse of lens flares. In this instance, the flare behind the text is actually a 6-aperture prime. As if explosions on the TARDIS weren't enough, this is arguably the negative influence of Michael Bay on Doctor Who. I mean, what next? Megan Fox? Actually.
The text flickers, and an additional piece of text in smaller size reads this August. This is probably my favourite part of the trailer, because it tells us what day we should be expecting the series to come out. However, as we all know, rule 1 is that Moffat lies. And I reckon we'll be getting a pretty great surprise this July. That's right, August is a ploy and a confirmation that we'll be getting Doctor Who Series 8 out this July. And probably the first weekend too. So mark 5th of July in your calendars, people.
The font used in the additional trailer text is indeed a font. However, sadly, our font analysis capabilities have been rendered useless, seeing as the aesthetic consideration analysis machine caught fire.
It took a long time to decipher, but what this text actually means is that the new series is coming in August. So not July, not yesterday, but one day in August.
The flickering is likely a contrasted noise effect or something, I don't know.
All of the text is on screen, flickering like it's underwater, but I'm dismayed because it looks like Doctor Who's only going to be on BBC One HD this year.
I think the fact that the trailer does not fade out, as a lot of conventional trailers do, would suggest that this is a show that is here to stay. It's here for the long run. If it had faded out, it would have implied that the show would just fade out, but it hasn't. It's not done that at all.